All right, so we're going to explain the organizational chart and the vision of the next 5 to 7 years of what the Neil and Neil teams really the vision looks out laid out. I'm going to share my screen here to give the organizational chart kind of a visual picture of what it looks like. How does that look? Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Okay,
Mm.
perfect. So looking in the next 5 to 7 years, I know it's a lot of stuff on here, but this can give you an idea of where we currently are, the people that we have in place in the different leadership paths, and all the stuff that one we either need or going to be hiring for in the future or growing leadership into, and what stuff we're going to be involved in. So kind of starting, I'll start at the center. Right now, myself and Clint really wear the hats of a director of sales, even director of expansion, president. This is our 5 to 7 year goal, is to get to the visionary and really that thought leader position. To give you an idea of where we are currently at, so we will be looking for a director of marketing. As Penelope Harper's on this call, on this Zoom as well, she's the director of growth. Jamie Bledsoe, director of operations, which then runs the transaction team, virtual assistants, all of that. The photographer is all within that as well. Eventually, our photographer will flip probably into director of marketing or under that arm once that's built out. Director of sales is someone that manages the real estate agents, the accountability partner, kind of the coach and mentor and person that's going to be pushing people along on an agent level within the team. Chris Lozano is the client care coordinator. This is someone that really manages all the leads of the team. He does a lot of calling and all of that, but it's really kind of the ISA department. Director of expansion is really partnering up with other real estate teams, expansion partners in different areas. This could be into the track of a leadership path, a CEO model, which we'll do some stuff in the future about explaining that. But that overall, if you look at this organizational chart, and I'll kind of circle it with my mouse, I hope y'all can see that. But ultimately, this area that I'm circling here is what we just consider the hub, kind of the hub services. This is the really the core hub of the team. Director of expansion and expansion will plug into that. The Neil and Neil team currently as it stands plugs into that hub and uses the services and all of that. Eventually, a lot of these, most of these have some sort of framework built out, but there's ancillary businesses that will then be really focused on a coaching recruiting company, flipping company, rental portfolio, title, insurance, and mortgage. So these are going to be things that develop in the next 5 to 7 years. Most of them already have a company already created or some sort of foundation built. But as we grow, these things grow, and those opportunity for different leadership tracks and within these companies as well, which then all of these things have their own organizational chart. This is a high level look on a standpoint of the next 5 to 6 years, 5 to 6 years, an overhead view of what it looks like. Clint P, do y'all want to add anything onto this?
I think just clarifying a little bit on kind of the expansion side of it, that arm. Now, Shane mentioned this can be in another city. If we find a very good fit that way, but being San Antonio and the surrounding area is so big that we can actually flip the expansion model internally, which is a really cool thing to do because there's just a lot of opportunity and market share that can be gained in San Antonio. And we can split, I mean, not so much split it up in quadrants, but you can split it up if there's somebody that focuses on one area and they want to grow that area. Well, this model is perfect for that because, like I said, we just flip the whole expansion model internally. Now, can you still do both? Absolutely, but I think it's just a heck of a benefit. You'll find a lot of teams out of state that are in these little bitty kind of cities. They're forced to expand because they just don't have enough business to do it. But San Antonio, we're very grateful in this whole
Was
entire
there
area.
30,000 transactions a
Yeah, I
year or
mean,
something?
yeah, we can definitely get a lot of market share that way, and allows us to offer something like this internally, which I think is a very unique proposition.
Yep.
Yep.
And really, the overall organizational chart, it's just really painting a picture of the growth within the organization. If there isn't people listed in these titles, those are things that are going to be coming in the future or what we're planning for in the next 5 to 7 years. So opportunity of leadership growth within the team into these roles, us finding hiring someone that does fit these roles. So these are just really if you look at this as kind of like a vision of where you could end up in the organization, if you, this kind of your roadmap of where you want to go. Obviously, starting and coming in the organization is definitely the first step with it, but it gives you a clear picture where anybody can end up in this. Uh, and by having that clarity, it makes it a heck of a lot more powerful.
Yep.
Definitely. Yep.
All right. If y'all have anything else to add, Clint, P, any of that?
I don't
No,
think
that's it.
no,
All
I
right,
think
cool.
it's a really good vision for the future for us to follow.
Perfect. Well, y'all can watch this video. If y'all have any questions further, we can talk more on it, but I hope that helps kind of give a little clarity of the next 5 to 7 years for the company.